Man, I love getting fucked up.
I should start again. Let's go drinking after this.
I totally encourage you to start drinking again.
There wouldn't be anything bad that could happen at this point.
I mean, I don't know.
I'm not going to go out and do something crazy. I'm not allowed to leave the house.
You say that, and then like you're like roving the halls in the middle of the night with like bloody fists, and, like shirtless.
You just get a notification on Citizen app.
Co-host of the Goods from the Woods scene, shirtless, and has fashioned a
wielding blunt object,
a shovel and a basketball, and you know,
what are they called? The mace with the chain, the spiky ball with the chain thing, a flail, a flail.
A flail?
So,
okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was a mace.
Yeah, I just thought that was a mace.
No, the mace is the one that's just the spiky ball
stick.
on the end of a stick, and then the one with the chain is called a flail. So it would pop up on Citizen. It's man with Snooki tattoo and a flail.
I can't believe both of you guys believed me yesterday.
Yeah,
I said I had
I
a
know.
Snooki tattoo. That offends me.
I was just like, maybe in your wilder days, you're
I was
like,
gonna say you
got dared to.
You have a visible track record of getting tattoos for comedy purposes. So.
So I was like,
absolutely true.
You know what I mean?
And you're not one to turn down a bet, so I
Wow.
would assume maybe it could happen.
By the way, I have breaking news. For the first time in its 20-year history, the Insane Clown Posse has canceled the gathering of the Juggalos.
Yeah, I saw
okay,
that.
It was
now it's real. Now it's real to me.
It was set to take place in Garrettsville, Ohio, on August 5th and August 8th, which is like
That's my
5th through
favorite
8th.
city in Ohio.
Well,
Yeah,
no, but notice how late
I left
that
my
is.
heart in Garrettsville.
But notice how late that is.
What did you say, August?
August 5th through 8th.
I would say better late than never. It shows that the Insane Clown Posse and their fans are still better than the entire state of Florida.
That's what I wrote down. I said, this has come as no shock to anybody who's cool, but it's worth mentioning that the federal government and many state and city governments have just been outclassed by the motherfucking Insane Clown Posse.
Shit. You know what I mean? Like, they were late to the show, but welcome, Juggalos.
Yeah, dude, seriously.
They're early to the show, really, for August, because, look, I know why they did it. Because South by Southwest got canceled like a week before it was supposed to happen.
Yeah.
And it
Oh,
created
the coolest of the festivals.
It created a big issue in Austin, and that's the only reason I know about it. It created like a big fucking issue with people that are just like, I flew here from the other side of the world to come to this festival.
Oh yeah,
everything was shut.
Do you think like now like a new like metric of what's cool is what shut down first? It's like, dude, my record store shut down 2 years before.
I mean,
the pandemic.
I did want to read their statement. For 20 consecutive years, the Gathering of the Juggalos has been the biggest family reunion on the planet, generating untold levels of freshness for thousands and thousands of attending Juggalos from all walks of life all over the world. With the global pandemic that is now affecting us all, we are dedicated first and foremost to the safety and health of our family. That said, at this juncture, it is with a heavy heart that we, the Insane Clown Posse, must announce that due to the COVID-19 outbreak, we have no choice but to postpone the gathering until next year. The bottom line is simply that we refuse to risk even one Juggalo life hosting a gathering during these troubling times. We will endure together as a family, and the Gathering of the Juggalos will return in 2021 stronger, bigger, and better than ever. Whoop, whoop. So,
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I
As much fun as I've had making fun of the Insane Clown Posse. and
who hasn't?
They're going to end up being the best among us, I think.
I mean,
when it's all said and done.
I remember my friend used to say at the end times it will be maggots versus Juggalos.
Hell yeah, baby! And they shall inherit the earth.
Juggalos do stick together like people in like a religion or small group like that.
They really take
together.
the whole quote family angle pretty
Hell
seriously.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, shout out to Nick Jones, by the way.
Shout out to Violent J.
Yeah, shout out to Shaggy 2 Dope.
It's they still make bad music, and you can't look past that.
No,
But a lot of people make bad music.
Sure,
Yeah, but they don't have a fucking gathering that gets like thousands of fucking.
Yeah.
What happened? I can't hear anything
well,
anymore.
it's still like they make bad music, but like Russell Crowe makes bad music. L.A. Confidential
true.
is good. It's like at this point they're not even musicians; they're just they're festival havers, whatever you call it. Yeah, and like
well, plus, and I'll say this willingly. I think Juggalo Homies is one of the best songs of the 2000s. No question.
I'd have to give it another listen. Is it in a funny way, right?
No, it's just it's an inspiring song.
heartwarming
Rivers has officially lost it, folks.
No, it's an
quarantine has done
takes
this.
its toll.
It's an inspiring song. It's literally one of the messages of the song is like, hey, if you don't like your family, get a new one. And I think that's cool. It's all about friendship.
Kind of like the Almost Famous of clown rap songs.
It really, yeah, hell yeah, man. So yeah, I'm down with the clown officially.
Shit. I think when you think of the Gathering of the Juggalos, you think of it as like a bunch of like people who work at carnivals, real carnivals, and a mall and malls and stuff.
Yeah,
just in the dirt. Just like smoking meth in the dirt. And I mean, maybe that's not it.
They
maybe
run the mini coaster for the kids.
Well, no, here's what it is Bonnaroo is a bunch of people with bachelor's degrees in the dirt.
Right, doing Molly.
And it's just one social class down, It's just, this is more working class than Bonnaroo, which is why it's maligned. But it's like, dude, I would always rather fucking kick it with some guy that works at a shoe store and listens to Insane Clown Posse. Sounds way more fun than hanging out with some fucking asshole with an Indian headdress at Coachella. And who works at a company that they can't say in one sentence what they do, and they have a fucking MA from Dartmouth or some shit. So.
I use them all as Bonnaroo metric. That's like the common denominator. It's like South by Southwest is hip Bonnaroo. Like Coachella is more high Bonnaroo.
The Coachella is rich Bonnaroo.
Rich Bonnaroo, even.
Yeah.
Woodstock, old Bonnaroo.
Woodstock 99, dead Bonnaroo.
Yeah, bad Bonnaroo.
Bad Bonnaroo.
That's some bad Bonnaroo.
Yeah.
But yeah, Gathering of the Juggalos is meth Bonnaroo. Yeah. And it always has been.
But they found each other.
And I'm sure it's a wonderful experience that I am wholly missing out on.
No, and I cannot wait. I'm gonna go.
You're gonna go?
100%. I will go. I will make this solemn oath. I will go to the Gathering of the Juggalos way before I would ever go to Coachella or Bonnaroo.
Well, the Gathering, they actually book good acts at
That's
the Gathering.
the other thing. It's because Insane Clown Posse are true like hip hop heads. So the Gathering of the Juggalos is always like Ice Cube, and like they'll have all these like kind of legendary rap acts.
Oh
like,
shit, yeah.
Like headlining it in addition to the Psychopathic Records like stable.
They have those guys like play in the middle of the day in Bonnaroo. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. But if you're like, they've had Wu-Tang at the Gathering of the Juggalos. Like, that's
fucking awesome.
And there's wrestling, and there's comedy, and there's just like,
whoa, who's done comedy at?
Dude, if you want to see one of the greatest comedy videos that exists, Ralphie May at the Gathering of the Juggalos.
No shit.
Yeah, Ralph. He has
they start the video and the before Ralphie May the comic is on stage, he's getting booed. I think he's getting shit thrown at him.
Yeah.
Ralphie May walks on stage and within 15 seconds has got the whole crowd's attention and they are laughing.
Yeah.
It is one of the craziest.
That's badass.
If you're a comic, you got to watch this video because you can see exactly what he does.
To turn the Gathering of the Juggalos.
Yeah. No, it is the white people equivalent of the I Ain't Scared of You Motherfuckers Bernie Mac.
Wow.
That's what it is. So,
I got to see that.
Yeah, it's good. I wish the audio was better. Somewhere out there, somebody's got a soundboard that they're just sitting on. But yeah, it's lovely. Somebody else has. Oh, Brian Posehn has a bit about doing the Gathering at the Juggalos. But yeah, they have comedy acts every year. I mean, it's
shit.
It's working class Bonnaroo, baby. That's all it is.
Shame on me for judging a book by its cover.
Yeah.
No, you're right. It's full of crazies. I think one of the best parts of the Gathering is every year some photographer puts together a gallery of images that's just women flashing their tits at the Gathering of the Juggalo.
Yep.
And you get to see some titties that look like they've been through war.
They've been juggled significantly.
Yeah. I see.
No, they've had more than they've been juggled and dropped. But
I wouldn't go there just to judge titties. I would,
No, you go there to enjoy them. You can enjoy a fucked up titty. Sounds like you're the bad one now.
I would go for music.
You don't shop at the Scratch and Dent store, my man.
Scratch and Dent. What is that?
It's the grocery store where they, somebody drops a bunch of cans and they all get dented. Yeah, it's food for less.
You ever go to the discount aisle at the grocery store? Ralph's has one.
Yeah.
That's where you can buy fucking Walking Dead red wine.
Oh, man. I got to get some of that for these times especially.
Yeah.
Has anybody been following the Georgia thing today?
No, were they released back into the world?
This is
something bad happened.
Oh, it's the funniest thing. ever.
Oh, maybe we saw a different story.
Well, no,
then.
I mean, let me say this. It's not going to be the funniest thing when everybody gets COVID, but as of right now, this small thing I'm about to relate to you is very, it's fun.
Okay.
So Brian Kemp is the governor of Georgia. Famously, he was the Secretary of State who was running against Stacey Abrams during the election. The Secretary of State is also in charge of elections. And so it was deemed a conflict of interest, and he still refused to resign, and then surprisingly won the election. So the guy who runs elections was in an election and won it. Big shock.
Okay.
So he's already just a huge piece of shit. Last Friday, President Trump openly encouraged right-wing protests of social distancing restrictions in states with stay-at-home orders, a day after announcing guidelines for how the nation's governors should carry out an orderly reopening of their communities on their own timetables. In a series of all-caps tweets that started 2 minutes after a Fox News report on the protesters, the president declared, "Liberate Michigan and liberate Minnesota," 2 states where Democratic governors have imposed strict social distancing restrictions. So that's last Friday. Monday, Governor Brian Kemp announced that Georgia would allow nail salons, massage therapists, bowling alleys, and gyms to open Friday.
Yeah, fucking bowling alleys. Essential businesses.
In a place where people are just touching things that strangers have touched.
Yes.
Or having strangers touch you, or like
Putting your fingers in a COVID hole.
nasty. There are fucking comedy bits about how nasty those little fucking holes are.
Not just that, putting your feet where
In
other
weird
people's
shoes.
feet have been a million times.
No,
So
they
he's
spray them. I've seen them spray
They do
the
spray them,
shoes.
yeah.
he's
Mini
reopened-
montages, Big Lebowski.
Yeah. In-person church services can resume. Restaurants and movie theaters can open Monday, but bars cannot open yet. So that's Monday. Tuesday, in separate phone calls to Brian Kemp, President Trump and Vice President Pence each expressed their support for Governor Kemp's coronavirus response. So that's Tuesday. Today, and this is a quote from Donald Trump, "I want the states to open more than he does, much more than he does. I didn't like to see spas at this early stage, nor did the doctors. I didn't like to see a lot of things happening, and I wasn't happy. I wasn't happy with Brian Kemp." Trump threw him under the bus.
So he flip-flopped
He
again.
fucking in one day. I could have done something about it if I wanted to.
He's been notoriously doing this. He's
It's
like
amazing.
he's like it really. It's like everyone is like forget. Like he's treating it as if everyone's forgetting. Like he's like this is the biggest decision in my career, and he's like, you know what? Let the states handle it. And he's like, you know what? Actually, I want to take control of it.
Actually,
Like,
fuck the states. I want them to open up, and I want them to open as soon as
horny for
possible.
openings.
And I want the state to open, but I wasn't happy with Brian Kemp. I want people to be safe, and I want people of Georgia to be safe. I don't want this thing to flare up because you decide to do something that is not in the guidelines. Trump finished by saying that he told Kemp to do what he thought was best, but he was not happy about it and stated once again, quote, "I'm not happy with Brian Kemp." So Kemp responds by posting a statement on Twitter. "I appreciate his bold leadership and insight during these difficult times." So
thank you, sir. May I have another?
so literally, Trump just, I mean, he just, this is my thing with Trump, is that
Tell us, Rivers.
He is a forest fire. You know what I mean? He's he's elemental in his shittiness. He is
Right.
He is the baseline of shittiness.
To reason with his shittiness is completely
lunacy.
pointless.
Yes, it's not just pointless; it's insane.
Yeah.
Because you can just count on this fire to burn down everything around it.
You can't convince a fire to stop burning.
But there's all of these sycophants that are like, "Oh, we love the fire. Don't we love the fire, folks?" And then
It gives us warmth.
And then when they're on fire, they're like, "Wait, what?" So I view Trump as like close to one of the worst people ever. But
He's in the standing.
But because of that, you can't even judge him. You have to judge the people around him and how they react to him.
It's true. It's like
Yeah.
you can't even like he's going to do Trumpy shit constantly. He's been doing Trumpy shit.
It's all these shitheads that are surprised when he throws them under the bus. So that's why, like, when something like Jeff Sessions gets fired, and there's all these fucking liberals in the goddamn streets being like, "Protect the Mueller investigation, hire back Jeff Sessions." I'm like, you fucking fools. This is not a man to be given his job back. We should be happy that he got chewed up by this machine and spit out on the other end of it because he sucks.
Yeah.
You know, Trump is in a different dimension of suckitude. It's not even an issue. It's just anybody that's kowtowing to this guy in any way deserves exactly what they get. And in the case of Brian Kemp, he just basically pooped his pants in front of the entire state.
Yeah.
To massage this forest fire.
Right. Yeah.
So that's great. A lot of people are going to die in Georgia, so that part's not good. But for this brief moment, at least this guy looks like an asshole. So,
well, yeah, it's
the mayor of Atlanta doesn't want to open back up.
Well, yeah, that's good. Yeah, so.
That's pretty crucial.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's
it really sucks that that's the the testing grounds are going to be the South to see how it's going to go.
Yeah. Oh well, the Florida thing you mentioned, they reopened the beaches in Jacksonville. And within like half an hour, there were like thousands and thousands of people on the beaches. Mm-hmm. And that same day that they opened the beaches, Florida reported the biggest swing in COVID as far as new cases in one day of anywhere so far. Like something like almost 2,000 cases in one day.
I mean, that's the whole thing is like, especially with LA now, like LA here, like we are peaking right now. I know we were supposed to have like last week.
Yeah.
We have more cases now than we ever have.
Right.
And it's like, yeah, like to act as if like, because it leveled off in New York, that it's going to like, that's just leveled off for the country. It's like, no, dude.
Nope.
Yeah, this is like the absolute worst time to reopen everything back up.
Yeah.
People just get ornery and then, I'm tired of being inside.
Yeah.
It's my right. It's just my right to breathe the fresh air. It's like, it's not about your rights. It's about your safety.
Yeah.
And your family's safety. I don't know.
I have more Trumpism stuff.
Oh, yes, please.
Ooh.
Because he's our dummy of the day
here
at the Goods from the Woods podcast. Trump has gone back on his we got to reopen by the end of April.
Yep.
Now he's saying we're going to do it at the end of May or early summer. He's really not being specific anymore because he knows it's going to keep lasting.
Yeah.
Because yesterday, some of the people at the White House, so like some of his staff around the coronavirus, said that we're probably going to be dealing with this still when flu season comes around in, the fall and winter.
Yeah.
So it's going to become another complicated situation. Trump says we're going to have to see where it is. I think people are going to know just out of common sense at some point. We won't have to do that, but until we feel safe, we're going to be extending. So he's instantly gone back on what he said right before what's, supposed to take place.
Yeah.
Also, he thinks there might be a new cure, and which he says...
Oh, one that doesn't kill people?
Yeah, well, this is his exact quote. I see the disinfectant that knocks it out in a minute. 1 minute. And there's a way we can do something like that by injection inside or almost a cleaning.
What is this based on?
No.
What is this based on?
Folks, you're going to inject bleach.
He did not specify what kind of disinfectant. So he's a fun guy.
I mean, Jesus-y. That is...
I got another couple dummies of the day.
Oh, real quick about that last thing, though.
Okay.
Because that what you just read, he has effectively hung out to dry all of those Republican governors at this point, which now is going to split the electorate because all these Republican governors were responding to shit he was saying.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's what gets, like I said, guys who own jacuzzi dealerships, that's what gets them fucking hard. And so they're all responding to them. Now they don't know what the fuck to do.
Mm-hmm.
Because President God is now going against the thing he was saying. Because I was interested in this, this today when I was reading all the shit about Kemp. I was like, all right, well, how are like MAGA shitheads taking this? So I went on Twitter and was like reading, and there were so many people just being like, just trust our governor and love our president. And you're like, can you really circle that square?
Yeah.
They're saying two different things. What do you mean?
I wonder what it would be like if we had like a leader during this time.
I don't think, honestly,
like, would it be? I mean,
even if
would
somebody
it be better?
No, I don't think it would be much better. Because we were totally unprepared for this under Obama. We were totally unprepared for this under any president that we've liked.
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely worse by having a jackass of a president who has sycophants, like you said, who can be easily led to be like, just go outside. It doesn't matter. It does matter. Never mind. That's worse. But if we had a good leader or no leader at all, would that help in the face of this?
Maybe. I don't think no leader.
This one is so sad. This tweet I found.
People need to be told what to do.
Yeah, unfortunately.
This is from Kelly at Kelly the Octomom. She says, "We support you, Governor Kemp. President Trump. Georgians are smart, hard-working citizens who love America. We will be responsible as we reopen our state and get back to business." So she's basically like, "Look, please, pretty please, President Trump, we love you."
Yeah.
So, anyway, that's what it's like. I don't know. If y'all find some weird tweets, hit me up because I've been on the MAGA Twitter all morning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's been weird.
That's how you end up liking ICP.
No, not true. Not true.
MAGA Twitter fries your brain.
Not
honestly,
true. ICP socialist, baby.
Dude, well, regardless of their political implications, I've been in a fucking sweat box for 2 months, so the idea of being out in a field of green grass with a bunch of juggalos sounds like heaven on earth to me right now.
And they're showing their titties, giving you drugs, probably.
That's cool. I'll show my titties.
I mean, this is what the song Juggalo Island teaches us.
Yeah.
Is that we should appreciate the out of doors and the bare of breasts.
Yeah.
There's also the song about magic too.
Miracles.
Yeah.
Miracles is
great.
It's
Great Malenko.
Great Malenko's good. I'm a Shangri-La guy. I gotta say.
You guys have listened to a whole album by
Dude,
now?
I used to love ICP. They're the first concert I ever went to.
Oh, yeah?
I mean, I used to love Power Man 5000, so I can't really talk. But
No, you can talk.
Yeah.
You can absolutely talk. A 7th grade, I went to an ICP concert. I saw Twisted as well.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah,
Didn't know
dude.
they were gonna be there.
I could have guessed.
I didn't even know who they were at the time. But they fucking rocked it.
Yeah.
Dude, that's a whole thing of ghoul rock which I think we should do a whole episode about ghoul rock.
I'm in the middle of reading Violent J's book. I'm planning on doing a whole
ghoul rap,
deep ass dive on Psychopathic Records and Insane Clown Posse.
Any musician that's had to wear makeup or masks.
Blaze You Dead Homie is great.
Oh, he is good.
Yeah.
So at the concert, they throw Faygo everywhere.
Right,
Sure.
right.
Shaggy Too Dope threw a Faygo and it landed right in front of me, and I picked up the empty bottle and took it home with me.
Hell yeah.
And then I saved that bottle for close to a decade.
Damn, you don't still have it?
My parents might still have it.
Ooh, that's cool, man. Try to get it next time you go back.
Converted into a waterfall.
Try to get it next time I go back.
Yeah, bring it as a treasured memento.
I guess I could let you have it.
I will take it, my friend.
Go back home for literally one day, grab it, and come back to Los Angeles.
Hey, Mom and Dad, you still got that Faygo bottle?
Sam, you're alive. I just need the Faygo bottle.
Stop asking questions.
Give me some money, too.
Also, I need money. It's not cheap living in L.A., especially during a pancake-demic.
Yeah, it's not easy, folks. It's not easy. If you have any Faygo, feel free to send it to the show.
That's right.
What happened to those snacks we were supposed to get from somebody else?
Oh, yeah. We supposedly got Kansas snacks on the way.
Okay.
Well, thank you for the thought, anyway.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, even if they don't make it here, which that would make sense, don't leave your home to send us snacks.
Yeah,
that is absolutely not an essential activity.
No. And believe me, with the way I'm packing these pounds on, you know what I mean?
Yeah, dude, I ate so much yesterday. I made that weed cake, and then you get the munchies, and I'm like, damn, I want something sweet. All I have is more weed cake.
Yeah.
And then you dive back in.
I made the mistake. I shouldn't have done it because this is the day after my birthday, but I got on the scale today, and I said out loud to the scale, fuck you. I'm mad. I'm mad at how fat I've got.
How much are you up now?
Oh, Christ. I've gained like 5 pounds, 5 or 6 pounds.
What are you up to?
Number-wise?
Yeah.
I'll throw numbers in. Why not? 196.
Dude, you're under 200.
I feel fat.
Dude, I would fucking jerk somebody off to be under 200.
Oh.
By the way, speaking of weight and stuff, we were talking about yesterday about a theoretical Rob with 2 B's.
Right.
Oh,
Rob
yes.
the Blob, yeah. Good guy.
Paulo Zeggs, our friend Paulo Nelson says, fuck, guys, I went to college with a Rob with 2 B's.
Whoa.
And I said, no shit, what was he like? And Paulo says, God, it's been so long. He was from the middle of nowhere. He was very country, skinny as hell, lots of camo. I was
Sounds about right.
You know what? If he's not just a slovenly, guy sitting in the front seat reviewing Big Macs, then he should be a really rail thin fucking guy from like Kansas.
The Big Mac guy has a normal name.
It's Steven.
It's Joey.
Joey, that's right.
Joey.
Joey's back with Joey's super cool food reviews. Woo, 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 woo. Every episode.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So we have a Rob with 2 B's. It's official.
Damn.
Okay.
Dummies of the day. So the Washington governor has, of course, put in place a stay-at-home order.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
There's 2 Washington sheriffs that say they are not going to enforce it. They're just outwardly going against the law.
Yeah.
For most likely political reasons.
Well, they're like, sovereign citizens or some shit. That's like a whole movement amongst cops that they're really into. The kind of rightmost extreme version of libertarianism is the philosophy called sovereign citizenship, where there is no government, there is only the sheriff. It's like the only authority. I'm like,
that
God,
sounds bad.
you fucking weirdo. Why would you want that? But that is a thing that some libertarians believe. Like, that's why, like, during Ruby Ridge and during Waco and shit, they would find the local sheriff to go talk to these, like, right-wing psychopaths because they respect the sheriff. Because he's
the law.
He's the law.
They voted him.
They voted him in. Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. They won't listen to the federal government, but they'll respect the sheriff, which, yeah.
He's out there laying his laying his life on the line every day. His law. He calls his dick the law.
He's laying his law on the line.
So Sheriff Courtney in Washington says, as your elected sheriff, I will always put your constitutional rights above politics or popular opinion.
Uh-huh.
We have the right to peacefully assemble, right to bear arms. It just goes
They're
on.
all like this.
I am worried about the economy. Sheriff, not your
Why?
job. Not
you have
your
a
job.
fucking, what the fuck? Why?
Not your position to do anything
you have
like
a
that.
state paycheck. Fuck you.
I'm
Get
worried
fucked.
about the economy, and I'm worried about Washingtonians that need to make a living for their family. So he's just doing the bullshit.
Yeah.
I don't gotta listen to you.
Oh yeah. He's got his eye on Congress. I guarantee you that's what that means. Every one of these fucking grifters, that's their whole thing. Is like, I'm gonna take a stupid stand. I'm gonna get myself a national platform. Best case scenario, I'll get onto Fox News. Worst case scenario, I'll get elected to Congress. That's the step. That's the fucking sheriff up in Milwaukee.
I'll tell you, when you think about it that way, it just makes me feel lazy.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
You can be a fool.
You don't have
You ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
I was gonna say, you don't have the shark eyes that you need for this. You need just like singular fucking vision. David Clark was the former sheriff of in Milwaukee, and now he appears on Fox News. He's this black guy with a cowboy hat, and he wears like epaulets, so he comes on TV looking like Muammar Gaddafi or something. He has all these fake medals that he's given himself, so he kind of overstepped, I think. So he's just a featured player on Fox News. He didn't get his own show, but he is kind of the the beginning of that whole media
Nazi
strategy.
Yeah. He's not getting his own spinoff, but
right. He's a beloved character for right wing psychopaths.
So the other sheriff who doesn't want to enforce the state's laws, despite that being his only job.
The other anti-law man.
Yeah. He says that the stay-at-home order is a gross overreach and it intrudes on our religious freedoms and constitutional rights. And the legislative branch of the government may be able to make laws, but they do not have the ability to require me to enforce them. Dangerous way of thinking.
Oh, yeah.
That's just basically just like, we will lead the civil war against the government.
Oh, yeah.
As the fucking people that are supposed to protect the government.
Right. And the really good news is that we've spent, since 9/11, spent lots and lots of time and money giving these people goddamn tanks. And fucking anti-IED vehicles that were leftover surplus from Iraq. All of that military hardware went to the cops. And and so now we've got a complete psychopath, completely untethered from reality, who also has tanks. So good job. We did good.
yeah,
We've done it again, America.
Yeah, we really did it.
I love
There, I saw a fucking picture from Noonan, Georgia. They have a tank. Have you been to Noonan, Georgia, Carter?
Yeah, it's a war zone.
It's Noonan, Georgia, if you don't know, if you're driving down I-85, if you're coming from Alabama going to Atlanta, you're going to pass through Noonan, Georgia. The only thing that's notable about Noonan, Georgia is that it used to be the only Dunkin' Donuts in the South. Mm-hmm. And now there's a bajillion Dunkin' Donuts.
I remember that news story where that guy stood in front of the tank. in Noonan, Georgia.
Donuts?
Well, he was just in a daze because he had done a lot of methamphetamine.
That's right.
And
That's
he
right.
had no idea where he was, but the tank had to stop.
Yeah,
he kept saying something about Tiananmen Square.
Yeah.
But yeah, they have a tank now.
Oh, okay, well that's good.
You know who needs a tank?
Noonan, Georgia.
Population I'm going to say 50,000 people.
Population, I've never heard of Noonan, Georgia before.
Yeah, also, even if it was New York City, don't give the cops tanks, please.
No, come on.
There's no reason for that.
They're going to want to test it out. They're going to take it out after hours.
Especially you don't want a tank in New York. There's nowhere to
park it.
Nowhere to park.
Mm-hmm. That reminds me of that Chris Rock bit. I wouldn't join the army if there was a tank going down Flatbush Avenue.
He's right, though.
Oh, yeah, it's a great bit.
I just watched the Waco series.
Is it good?
Oh, it's amazing.
Really?
With Taylor Kitsch from Friday Night Lights and Michael Shannon.
Uh-huh.
Taylor Kitsch is playing David Koresh. It's fucking outstanding. But also, after you're done watching it, you will just be... I'm just slowly, morphing into Zach De La Roca as I watch it. Just fuck the government.
Uh-huh. Oh,
fuck these people. Yeah. So
I start listening to a bunch of all the Bill Hicks bits about how his third eye was open.
Not just that, man. I went and watched
shooting fire out of Bradley tanks into the compound.
He went there. Have you ever seen that video?
Where Bill Hicks goes to...
Bill Hicks
Waco?
went to the siege. During the 51-day siege, there's a video of him standing across a field with that Kevin Booth guy that does all of, produce all of his
that's why the video is I've seen it with my own eyes. I'm squeegee third eye.
It's him just standing in a field, doing commentary, essentially kind of working out what would become those bits.
Wow.
The footage is kind of grainy and shitty, but it is on YouTube. You can watch it. Actually, we'll put it on our Twitter at The Good Spot so you can see
I'll watch the series. I would love to see just a docu-series about it, though.
Oh, there's a bunch.
Yeah.
There are?
Yeah.
Well, this one's
for my Netflix addled.
Oh no,
Make it accessible.
that's what YouTube's for, man. That's what I go to sleep with. I'll just throw on some fucking
Terrors and nightmares.
Jonestown, Oklahoma City, fucking.
I say cult shit's white hot right now. Fucking
Yeah, baby. I think this has gotten probably lost in developmental hell. But about 3 years ago, they announced that Vince Gilligan was going to be writing the Jonestown series.
I remember that. What the fuck happened with that?
Yes.
Yeah. That would have been awesome.
Yeah, because Jim Jones, he's one of them guys that just sort of went crazy. But if you go back to the beginning of his career, he was actually good.
Yeah, but people were just make more stuff from the things from from Breaking Bad. Which Better Call Saul was great.
Well, no, he's the kind of the perfect. I mean, he is kind of a Walter White character in that the reason that he came to California was because he got kicked out of Indiana for having the first desegregated church. So he had he was a staunch anti-segregationist in Indiana in the 50s, and they ran him out because he was too liberal.
That was the only good thing about him.
Well, no, but my point is that if you're going to get anybody to tell the story of a man who starts off good or at least benign and then becomes twisted and fucking evil, Vince Gilligan's your man, baby.
That tends to be the problems with cults.
Yeah.
When you are put yourself on a pedestal of a religious type figure, nothing good's going to happen.
Yeah. All right, you want to hear something kind of funny and fucked up?
Yeah.
What's that?
Holly Hill, Florida. This is from yesterday. A Volusia County woman is facing criminal charges after police said that she spit chewed food into a grocery bin holding fruit at a Walmart. Police arrived at the store on North Nova Road Wednesday after receiving a call from the store's asset protection manager regarding a woman spitting food into bins, according to the arrest report. When officers arrived, managers told them that they'd witnessed 40-year-old Lisette Santos selecting food for an online order when she opened a sealed package of guava, taking a piece out of the package, taking a bite of the fruit, and then spitting the chewed fruit into her hands. According to the arrest report, Santos took yet another bite of guava and spit the food into her other hand while dribbling chunks of the chewed food onto the other produce. Santos then walked over to a display of oranges and projectile spat more guava into the fruit bins with
Good Christ.
They shouldn't be selling bad guavas at the grocery
Yeah.
store, if you ask me.
Doesn't sound like it was very
Projectile spat into the fruit bins with bits of wet, chewed guava fanning out onto the oranges.
good.
The food that she picked to chew up is just so funny to say. When the manager confronted Santos and asked her why she was spitting guava, Santos replied, quote, "I don't know, just 'cause." Santos later told police that she was aware of the COVID pandemic while laughing and smiling.
Remember when we talked about that woman who went into Walmart and peed on the potatoes?
Yeah,
That seems tame in comparison to all these news stories about grocery stores.
I think Gavin Newsom has said a lot on these daily briefings about meeting the moment. Some people are meeting the moment at these grocery stores being like, I've never been paid attention to in my entire life. Now all I got to do is dribble food everywhere, and people are going to shut this shit down because of me.
You know
That's
what?
true. They definitely had to shut the grocery store down. At least that.
Oh,
area.
yeah. A report said that Walmart estimated the total loss of produce destroyed by Santos to be nearly $350. She was arrested and charged with recklessly tampering with a product and is being held at the Volusia County Jail on $15,000 bond. So,
I didn't
Also,
know you...
jails are also like, would you say just like COVID hotbeds?
100%. Yeah.
You know?
Fucking
Like breaking the law right now would be such a fucking bad idea.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I got another really good one from in a minute, but
And people are going to start breaking it more. It's getting hotter out.
That's what I'm saying.
It's the hottest day of the year, I think.
Yeah.
Or one of them.
It's hot
Dude,
right
the
now,
homeless
man.
people are getting screamy today.
Yeah.
And when it starts getting hot, it gets extra bad.
Here's what it is. This is I think this is an okay metaphor. Maybe you guys can relate to this, maybe not. But have you ever had a cooler in the back of your car during the summer and there were some drinks in it and like, you know, there's a little bit of water, and then as the summer moves along, it gets hotter and hotter, and then one day you're driving and you just hear what sounds like a gunshot in the back of your car.
Yeah.
And it's one of the cans exploded. That's all of us right now.
We are all
America is the cooler, and we're all cans of Coke. It's just
the pressure is going to
jostled around and heated up, and we're popping one by one. Some of us are spitting guava. Some of us are peeing on potatoes. Everybody's going to pop eventually.
It's also just uniquely difficult here in California because no one's got central AC, and it's fucking just hot and stuffy in all these apartments.
Oh, yeah.
I remember last year when I moved here, I was like, it was striking how stuffy it feels in every fucking apartment.
I remember
here.
that. I remember you getting used to this.
Yeah, and it's just like, being offered no recourse is truly a horrifying.
Yeah, that's true, and it's it ain't even May yet, and it's already close to. It was almost 96 degrees today.
It's gonna be 96 tomorrow too.
Oh my
Is
God,
it?
fuck me.
It's
gonna be hot
90s?
tomorrow.
I thought it was in the 80s.
Dear
Fuck.
Lord! All right, one of us has to sacrifice our apartments and fill it with water.
Yeah,
Turn it into a pool.
just kill me. I'm the new guy. I'm the drifter. You got to kill me.
no, we don't have to kill you. We
We
just
got
have to.
Zach in my apartment. He just showed up.
Uh,
The thing, I'm not bothered by this because I spent multiple years of my life selling drugs.
Sure, sure.
I am so used to sitting around and doing nothing.
Yeah.
Part of the gig.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you just
yeah.
sit at home and do
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah.
And I'm so mentally prepared to continue doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, at some point, the worst part of this for me has been like, I'm bored.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Yeah.
I'm not like craving to go inside a building or go out and do something. All the stuff
Yeah.
I want to do, I can already do.
I think it just comes in waves for me. It's like partially I'm like, I could do this, or you get used to it.
Yeah.
Then the other thing is like, I miss social interactions and meeting new people. And
Yeah.
Nope,
Yeah.
not me.
But then, then the other half the time I'm like, fuck that. Like
Yeah.
I don't want to die in a hospital bed because I want to meet new people.
Right. I don't know. I got another weird one. If you want to hear one.
How much time we got?
Let's see. We are sitting at
What are you doing
40 minutes.
What are you doing today, Carter?
I mean, come on.
So,
What else you doing? Do this for hours. I don't give a fuck what you're doing. Do this for hours.
this is from the BBC. Birmingham, England. A man has been jailed after a string of assaults in one day, which officers say culminated in him Oh, wait, hang on.
Why are you laughing at all these horribly violent things, Rivers? This is what happens when you go to bed to the Oklahoma City bombing.
33-year-old Daryl Jones of Jervois Road, Wheelie Castle, began his rampage by yelling racist slurs at a taxi driver when his charging cable did not fit his phone. He then repeatedly threatened to stab and kill the driver if he did not drink from his can of beer.
Wait, I like this guy.
I know.
He likes to party.
He then
likes other people to party too.
Yeah. He's not going to party by himself.
drink from my beer, bruv. Drink from my beer. He
then want to fucking die, do you?
Yeah.
I'm gonna stab you.
Have a fucking drink then.
Going to be deader than my phone, mate.
You're above having a drink of beer, is that it?
He then punched the driver in the head before getting out of the car, and then he started shouting at passersby. He then wandered into a school zone, shouting racial insults at children standing outside of a nursery.
I mean, do you have are you subscribed to a thing called the Drunken Buffoon newsletter? Every public menace that do you get it sent straight to your computer? It's
Straight to my head, dude.
Yeah, guess what? This just broke. Some man just smoked crystal meth and broke into a nursery, and he's been helicoptering his dick for 3 hours.
He's picking up children and punting them like a football. Rivers is just crying, laughing.
I mean, this is what corner of the internet? I mean, thank God you found it, because these stories need to be told.
He then assaulted a crossing guard, which the newspaper...
Of course.
Too far.
If you're a fucking crossing guard,
well, this is
you need a little spice to your job.
And I know we got listeners in the UK who won't find this surprising at all, but American listeners probably don't know this because I just found this out today. They call those because they hold those, they hold the stop signs.
Right.
So they call
stoppies.
No, it's worse than that. They call the crossing guards lollipop men. Because it looks like they're holding a big lollipop. So he then assaulted a crossing guard with his own sign. So he grabbed the stop sign out of his hand and started beating his ass with it. This is like an Eminem song. It really is.
Dude, my dude had a day.
Police
He was on one.
He was
definitely on one.
So the kids like to say.
Police were finally called. When Jones was apprehended, Midland police said that he spat in officers' faces and he continued to shout racist abuse. He was then taken to jail where he finished off a busy day by pooping in his hands and smearing it across the wall of his cell.
You're right. This is good. This is good stuff.
It was worth it for the final payoff.
Police Constable Amanda Winter described, and this is the most British shit ever, she described his behavior as completely unacceptable and quite frankly disgusting.
I mean,
it's that's the least
how
you could
rude.
say. Yeah. You shit all over your hand and then smeared it on the wall after being racist to a whole town.
Well, I believe that's quite enough. You don't have to do all that.
You've had enough.
I think we've had enough of that.
And then they just offer him tea right afterwards. You're done shit, mate.
He just shove it up his own bottom. Heavens.
He pled guilty to assault, causing actual body harm, assault, another count of assault, racially aggravated assault, racially aggravated harassment, and 2 counts of causing damage to property. And he will be jailed for 2 years and 11 months at Birmingham Crown Court.
Nothing for the shit?
Nothing for the shit, That's all shit under the wall, or whatever they say.
Yeah, that's just...
You can get in trouble for doing that, though. Outside of a jail cell, if you rub shit all over the wall, you're in trouble. I know somebody who got in trouble for it.
Ozzy Osbourne.
No, in my own personal life.
Oh, I was going to say, Ozzy Osbourne pissed on the Alamo.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's when he was all coked out. But his music sucked really bad.
That was around the time of that No More Tears with Lita Ford. That was a good song.
I can't.
Rivers will defend ICP. Don't listen to him.
I can't hang with Ozzy's solo career. I just can't do it.
No More Tears.
He has one good song.
I love Black Sabbath so much. So his solo career.
He has one good song. It's not even because of him.
It's Randy Rhoads.
Sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But, his shit with Sabbath, all of it's good. Even Technical Ecstasy, well, that one's really bad. But you know what I mean.
Blizzard of Oz. Classic.
I'll give it a spin, Why not? I got nothing but time.
Yeah. Is that a show?
Yes.
Yeah. Call it a damn show. All right. Sam, where can people find you on the internet?
Slam Harder Twitter. Sam Harder Facebook.
Carter.
Carter_Glasscock on Twitter and Instagram.
And you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Rivers Langley. And, of course, head over to patreon.com/thegoodspod. Join the Tower of Power. $5 a month gets you access to a bonus show every week. This week, we're going to be watching Glenn Danzig's Verotica with Tom Goss and Keith Carey. So get on board the damn Patreon. Get on board the crazy train, as they call it. Yeah. And we'll see you next week. This is Juggalo Homies by the Insane Clown Posse.
Let me ask you this about this life we live, and let me try to swerve some of this attention you give to them distant ass relatives over ham dinner. If they really missed you so much, why don't they just call and if you wasn't blood, would you still have love? Or in fact, does the blood make you think you have to love? Look, I probably love my family more than anybody here, but my homies are family too. Third cousins, get out of here. Who was you with when you got tattooed? And who was you tripping with when you did them mushrooms? And who the fuck threw up all over your car and then felt worse than you about the shit in the morning?
Who loaned you money, homie? Who owes you cash? Who taught you how to use the barn for the grass? I don't know much, but I gotta assume that when you hit your first net, your homies was in the talking about homies, homies. Talk about blood dogs of blood. Motherfucking homies, homies.
Despise, like I don't know, maybe dishwashing or fucking flipping fries. And you got this boss who think he the Don Mega because he the head manager, cheap Kelly Fry maker. All you can vision is y'all beating him down, your homie standing on his back while you're kicking his head around. But responsibility is there, I can't lie though. I'd have been plucked his fucking eyeball out with a chicken bone. I'm crazy as fuck, I'll rip your piercings off. And now my homies are holding me back so I don't look soft.
When you snuck the car out, who did you get it? And when you got color, who'd you blame this shit? Who can you relax around and scratch your balls? Homies, I'm talking about like you and yours. Homies, homies. Talk about the dogs of blood. Motherfucking homies, homies. Everybody knows some real Juggalo. Homies, homies. Talk about the dogs of blood. Yeah, homies, yeah, homies.
Y'all like that you can fuck up.
Keep it in your drink, fuck out.
You know, like that you can fuck up.
Running with your homie till I'm on like Brady.
Me and my homies stay tight like a noose, and if you step to one of us, you better step to the whole crew. I never knew that I could depend, that I can have some friends that's down to the very end. Well, that's my homeboys, excuse me, my family, and when we conquer the world, we macking on the galaxy. Cause sky's the limit and we ain't finished, and if my homies gon' ride, then you know I'm with it.
Puff it and pass it and I give it to my homies, y'all. Hit it and quit it, then I give it to my homies, y'all. I got the world around my finger with my homies, y'all. And everything is obsolete unless I hear my homies call. We worldwide, we're homies across the planet, sticking together like zippers on a Michael Jackson Peter Jackson. They got my back like a tap for that, I love y'all. Hanging till we old and gray like grandpa.
Homies.